Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to the Balboa Bay Resort for the 2022 Newport Beach Chamber Honors Dinner. Please welcome your host, the President and CEO of the Newport Beach Chamber of Commerce, Steve Rosansky.
Good evening, everyone. Why don't we settle down a little bit? People in the back, find your seats. We'll get started here. Go ahead and eat your salad and stuff while I'm talking, please. So as our announcer Jeff mentioned, I'm Steve Rosansky, President and CEO of the Newport Beach Chamber of Commerce. And I want to welcome you to the Balboa Bay Resort and our Newport Beach Chamber Honors Dinner. This event continues to celebrate our long-running tradition of honoring our Newport Beach Citizen of the Year and a newer tradition of honoring our Newport Beach Business Person of the Year. First and foremost, I'd like to thank our presenting sponsor, Supervisor Lisa Bartlett. Thank you, Lisa. Supervisor Bartlett will be sharing a few comments a little later in the program. Shh. So our recipients tonight join a distinguished list of Newport Beach's finest. Our Citizens of the Year date back to at least 1949, and we are delighted to have a number of past recipients joining us tonight. So if I could ask you to please stand or wave or however, and be recognized as I call your name. And in honor of one of our past Citizens of the Year, Paul Salata, we're all going to try doing this with the Salata one clap. Okay, we lost Paul this past year. How about a clap for Paul Salata in inventing that great tradition? So first off, we have our 2021 Citizen of the Year, Walt Howell. 2020, Joe Stapleton. 2019, Nancy Gardner. 2018, Debbie Snavely. Ooh, you know whose table that is. 2017, Homer Bludow. 2015, Paul Watkins. 2014, Nancy Skinner. 2011, Tom Johnson. I think Tom fell off his skateboard. He had a little something going on there. 2008, Lula Halfacre. 2005, a name you'll be hearing a lot about, or at least the surname, Seymour Beek. 2003, Scott Paulson. And year 2000, Tom Edwards. I think we also have, oh, actually, there's a few more here. Okay, missed him. Former Mayor Clarence Bus Turner, 1999. And former Mayor Rush Hill, 1997. Yeah, Rush Hill table. Okay, and also joining us tonight is our most recently awarded 2019 Business Person of the Year. We took a little hiatus over COVID, but Jim Walker's here with us tonight. Jim. Yeah. So we're gonna double the number of Business Persons of the Year tonight. I'd also like to take a moment to recognize some of our VIPs joining us this evening, and again, we'll try the one clap. If you can please stand or wave as you're recognized. Mayor Kevin Muldoon, Councilmember Diane Dixon, Councilmember Joy Brenner, Councilmember Will O'Neill, former Mayor Keith Curry, City Clerk Leilani Brown, and I have to apologize to Leilani. So they've been after me to send them some language for the proclamations that'll be sent later on, and I really didn't get them over there until about 12:30 today. So Leilani, wherever you are, oh, there she is. Thank you so much for getting it done and bringing them tonight. Where was I? Oh, Fire Chief Jeff Boyles. Police Chief John Lewis. Community Development Director Simone Georges. Harbor Master Paul Blank. Planning Commission Chair Lauren Kleiman. Planning Commissioner Eric Weigand. Civil Service Board Vice Chair Sharon Wood. Orange County 2nd District Supervisor Katrina Foley, and Irvine Ranch Water District Director Pierce Swan. Friends of the Newport Beach Animal Shelter Board Chair John Langford. Yeah, they're gonna have a big, I think, ribbon cutting coming up, right, for the Fombus Animal Shelter? You're invited. Thank you. Oh, got an invitation, you heard it. Okay. Chairman of the Balboa Bay Club Board of Governors, my good friend John Wortman. Newport Beach Chamber of Commerce Board Chairman Chris Delfs, and the President of the Newport Beach and Company, also known as the King of Tourism, Gary Sherwood. Yeah. So the Chamber continues to be recognized as a trusted community leadership organization, as well as an effective advocate for the Newport Beach business community and host of some of the city's most prestigious civic events, including this one tonight. However, we couldn't do the things we do without the support of our members, as well as a special group of companies called our Leadership Circle. The full list of Leadership Circle members is printed on the back of your programs, but I did want to recognize our Platinum level and Gold level members. So at the Platinum level is the beautiful Balboa Bay Resort, Hoag Hospital, ACI Jet, Vea Newport Beach, a Marriott Resort and Spa. Yeah, they're going to be, just cut the wine off to that table. Orange County Supervisor's 5th District, Lisa Bartlett. Orange County Supervisor 2nd District, Katrina Foley. Newport Beach and Company. City of Hope, Orange County. And our boat parade sponsor, Simple Green. Our gold members are Newport Beach Association of Realtors, Pacoco LLC, Julie Lawton Custom Homes, the Newport Beach Police Association, Davies Locker, another one of our sponsors of the boat parade, and our newest gold member, Apollonian Accounting and Business Services, Inc. And I believe they're here tonight. I know they're here tonight because I saw them earlier. We also want to thank our silver sponsors appearing on the screen and listed in your program. And although they're not officially a Leadership Circle member, I would be remiss if I didn't acknowledge the support of the Newport Beach City Council and the city staff to the contribution, or for their contributions to our success. So thank you, City of Newport Beach. Yeah, big round of applause for the city. They do a great job here in town. We're fortunate to be able to live in a community like Newport Beach. An event like this takes a lot of support, so I'd like to thank some important organizations that help make this evening special. Of course, the Balboa Bay Resort for hosting our gala and providing the wonderful meal you're about to enjoy. Hyde Park Jewelers for designing and donating the beautiful gold and diamond official Citizen of the Year pin for our honoree. Our video and photography production from Ed Olin. Ed's over there. He's put together our videos for us. He's taking all the pictures tonight. And finally, our table sponsors listed in your program and on the screen. Thank you, table sponsors. We couldn't do this without you. Big round of applause for all those people. So at this time, I'd like to ask Mayor Muldoon to come up to the stage and make a few remarks. So Kevin, wherever you are, why don't you, there he is. Oh.
It's great to be great with you, to be here with you this evening. I was a little late because I was tucking in my kids. And normally I don't like to come to events on Fridays, but for this event, my personal friend Mario being acknowledged and the great citizen, of course from the Beek family, David Beek being acknowledged, I wanted to be here. And these are men who epitomize Newport Beach and what it means to be a great citizen. These are men who are kind, honest, they're gentlemen, they're actively involved, and they're not asking for something in return. I actually think that these two men would easily win a race for city council if they were ever to run. He says never, but I'm gonna twist your arm. I think clearly a member of the Beek family would be well suited to be on the dais given all the contributions that they've had. And they could put signs on the ferries and no one could take those signs because they'd be safe on the water. And I think my friend Mario has a shot, and I have a couple of reasons why. If Mayor Pro Tem Blom is a restaurateur, bar owner, and he can win, and if the fake owner of Muldoon's Irish Pub can win, clearly the real owner of Muldoon's Irish Pub can win. So it's great to be here. I'm happy to just support and thank these two gentlemen and their contribution to our community, and thank all of you for participating, and what should be a great evening. Thank you.
Thank you, Kevin. Yeah, that would be an interesting race having Mario and Dave running for City Council. So as I mentioned, we have a presenting sponsor this year, and she'd like to share some thoughts with you and comments. So I want to please welcome 5th District Supervisor Lisa Bartlett to the stage.
Well, good evening, everyone. Lisa Bartlett, 5th District Supervisor. Welcome to the fabulous 5th District, which now includes, after redistricting, the city of Newport Beach. And I think, and I don't want to say it, but I think we have the best district, don't you think? We have the harbor, we have the airport, we've got great coastal cities and a lot going on. But tonight, the focus is honoring two great gentlemen that are community leaders. And you know, I have a lot of cities in my district, and every city has a chamber of commerce. And some are kind of floundering, some are doing great. We try to help all of them. But in Newport Beach, you have a tremendous Newport Beach Chamber of Commerce, and you are so very lucky because that's the backbone of your city. And then all of your community leaders here are part of the fabric of the community. So you've just got a great thing going here, and just keep that momentum going, because pulling out of this COVID pandemic, we've all got to work really hard together. And the things that you've done and really kept things going under Steve's leadership, it's been really amazing, and I know you're going to do great things in the future. So be part of the chamber, and if you talk to other businesses, especially the small businesses, get them involved, because a lot of them don't realize the benefits of the chamber and what they can do for not only their business but helping out in the community at large. So get everybody engaged and just continue the great work you're doing. It's great to see such a great chamber, vibrant and doing great things for the future as well. And enjoy your evening. Thank you. Okay. Thanks so much. You're very welcome.
Well, we were fortunate to have you representing the county here for the last 8 years. And I know come November, or well, I guess December, January, you're termed out. So, you know, I have a position open for a publicist. So you had some great comments there. Thank you so much. So thank you, thank you, Supervisor Bartlett. So we're going to be back shortly. Please enjoy your dinner, and then we'll pick up in a little bit with the night's activity, the Citizen of the Year and Business Person of the Year. Thank you.
We have 2 awards to present here tonight. Our Business Person of the Year and our Citizen of the Year for 2022. That's right, Mario. So to help us present both of those awards,
We once again have the privilege of featuring the return of our special guest presenter tonight. If you would please help me welcome the 1997 Citizen of the Year and former mayor of Newport Beach, Rush Hill. Thank you. It's all yours, Rush.
All right, thank you. Well, it's great to be back together again. Isn't this something? I tell you, I feel like the mosquito that flies over the hill and finds the nudist colony. I know exactly what I'm going to do. It's just how long it's going to take. That's the issue. But tonight, you know, we have the honor of honoring 2 individuals, and while they may differ in life's and philosophic involvement, they are similar in helping Newport Beach achieve its high quality of life, something that everyone in this room, residents and non-residents that like a better life, all enjoy. We'll begin with the Chamber Business Person of the Year with a few very carefully chosen words, a short congratulatory video, and then a presentation of the award, and then we will allow the honoree to have very brief comments. This will be followed by the same for the Citizen of the Year. And for the Business Person of the Year, the selection was made from a number of suggested candidates based upon the history and success in business and the contributions of the individual to the community. More specifically, the Chamber's Business Person of the Year is to have the qualities among the following characteristics: is a member of Newport Beach Chamber of Commerce, owns or is part of a business or company doing business in Newport Beach, is a successful business person. We kind of held that one a little to the side. Affiliated with other leaders in business, involved in philanthropic activities, and a supporter of local community activities, and most importantly, serves as a role model for other business persons. Now, I would hazard a guess that everyone in this room has met, worked, or been fed by our 2022 Chamber Business Person of the Year. His name is synonymous with the restaurant and bar business. What you might not know about the individual is that he is a USC grad, MBA in finance and marketing. Now that means you have to talk slowly so he can understand, all right? Yeah. You know, I had 2 kids at SC. We had 3 in college at the same time. 2 at SC and 1 at Cal Poly, San Luis. So at least I had one in an academic institution. So, yes, well, I digress. So in the year 2000, our honoree began a career in investment banking. And in 2002, he decided to move back to Orange County and dedicate his life to focus on the business of entertainment and restaurant and bar business. And he, in fact, is the co-founder of the Newport Beach Bar and Tavern Association, which, working with the Newport Beach Police Department, meets regularly to discuss areas and opportunities of enforcing bar regulations and other important activities and responsibilities. Most importantly, he is a visionary. He can look at a need, define in his mind what will address that need in bar and food service and aesthetics, and put that together, and every time he does it, he's successful. And the other thing is that he loves construction. He came to me once at the end of the Wild Goose and says, "I'm never going to build anything again." And about 5 days later, he says, "We got to find something to build. I'm really bored." He loves construction. To highlight a few of his local establishments, many purchased with his business partner, Andrew Gabriel, but that would be yeah, these guys generate little baby girls all the time. Yeah, kind of fun. Stag Bar and Kitchen, which is the oldest continuing bar in Orange County. Malarkey's Irish Pub, Dory Deli, Super Pongo, where I had lunch today, Blackie's by the Sea, Muldoon's Irish Pub in Fashion Island, the Country Club Restaurant on 17th Street, the Wild Goose on 17th Street, Playa Mesa Mexican Kitchen on 17th Street, and that doesn't even include 2 places that he has in Orange and 2 places that he has in Fullerton that he opened up 2 weeks ago. In addition to that, over the same period of time since 2002, he has purchased 2 other restaurants, totally remodeled them, built them up to a fine business, and then has sold them. So he is in the restaurant business. It's also important to recognize people that have helped guide him to lead him to a balanced life. At the top of the list, I would put his father, who has taught him work habit, his incredible wife, Alicia, with the balance between home and work, and his business partner, Andrew Gable. Add that to the quality of life that he does for us in supporting numerous charities and community projects such as beach cleanup days by the Newport Pier. He's an active Commodore, helps raise funds for many of our civic events and always participates. And he's always available for a shortage of toilet paper, if you remember our days in the pandemic. So let's see how a few noted citizens of our community feel about our Chamber Business Person of the Year, Mario Marovic.
I met Mario several years ago when I first became fire chief, and as a Commodore, we sit next to each other and share some stories. We really hit it off when we were judging the Christmas lights one night on a boat and had a good conversation, and I remember him making a comment to me after we decided that we were about 2 days apart in age. He made a comment to me, "Aren't you a little young to be the fire chief?" And I said, "Aren't you a little young to own half of Newport Beach?" To which Mario said, "Touché."
Mario and I had met a little over 20 years ago now through a mutual friend, Jay. I was in my second to last year of college with Jay at Chapman, and they had gone to Santa Barbara previously. And Mario was just graduating and getting his MBA, and we just hit it off.
He had come in to talk to me as a council person about some potential issues with the city that he wanted to talk about and deal with, and we met at that point in time, and we've been talking about those kinds of issues ever since then.
I've been working with Mario now for about the last 10 years, certainly with the Newport Beach Restaurant Association, and he also works with us on our board of directors at Newport Beach and Company and Visit Newport Beach.
I was bartending here, and Mario would come in. One of his friends worked as a bar back here, and we got to know each other through the bar back and him as a customer here. And that was in probably the late 90s, right when he finished college. So I've known him for a while.
Mario's a good choice for a business person of the year because he invests all of his time, money, effort back into the community. He lives here, he raises his family here, so he really knows what the community wants and needs, and every building he buys, he beautifies it.
Mario is a person with vision, and he sees a need, and he responds to that need in a entertainment, a food and a beverage kind of a mode. He does it with an incredible kindness to his employees and his staff, and a feeling of commitment to the community.
Newport Beach has been blessed with an abundance of amazing entrepreneurs going back to the McFadden brothers. But you have to consider Mario Morovic as one of our great ones. I mean, not only did Mario, at great personal risk, start his very first restaurant in Corona del Mar, while he was also starting up another one concurrently. He mortgaged his house. It was a huge risk, and it was a massive payout, because Mario really knows how to run a quality operation that reflects not only the high standards of this community, but also the high standards he sets for himself.
I think Newport Beach is better because of Mario, because if business owners were able to be successful in the sense that he is, and in making money, he obviously makes money, but he's able to find ways to channel that money back into good and back into contributory resources where it helps others in time of need, and not just charitable events, but also towards, in my case, in public safety. And he gives us resources that in turn benefit the community because we use those resources back into the community. So it's a circular thing that keeps going around that Mario has figured out a great way to make it happen.
In every single project, he's taken a business that was suffering or needed an upgrade and done it. The one thing I know about him is he takes great pride in his facilities and the food and the thing, and he wants to improve the community because he wants to be proud of himself. He puts that in front of his money making. It's more to be proud of what he's brought to the city.
The other thing that I think is really unique about Mario is that when he buys restaurants, and you look at two examples, Blackie's and Muldoon's, he didn't go in there and make a wholesale group of changes. He kept them the way they are because they're unique Newport Beach icons. They represent the best of our community in their own special character. And when we bought both of them, we asked him, what are you going to do differently? And his response was, I'm not going to mess them up. I'm going to keep them the way they are and improve them where I can. That's the true test of an entrepreneur who loves his city.
It's not by accident, it's by constantly thinking about where can I help. And those elements can be as serious as the beach cleanup, as I've mentioned, or during the pandemic when the state ran out of toilet paper, Mario opened up his warehouse and all of his suppliers and provided a drive-through toilet paper access for the community. So I mean, it's that kind of thinking about where do they need help, where can I employ my energies and activities.
Most recently, about a month ago, Mario called and said, I'm raising money for a support dog and I would like it to go to the Newport Beach Fire Department. This is on a Friday. He asked me to come down to one of his restaurants on a Sunday for the fundraiser, and in which I did so. We had a good time, and he raised between somewhere in the neighborhood of $20,000 to $25,000 through another organization that he supports, the Vikings, the Noble Vikings of Orange County. we were able to obtain Tora the fire dog. She's taken on a life of her own. She has her own Instagram, and she's a new addition to our fire department. And if you have not seen an emotional support dog in a public safety entity setting, it's pretty impressive. They come to our events, they can go to a fire station, they also can work with the firefighters post-traumatic calls and stressing calls, or just day-to-day life. When a dog walks into a room, everybody lights up, everybody looks at the dog, and it just makes people feel better and more comfortable. Mario has been very instrumental with that.
When I was working here, I always thought, wow, how great would it be to own a place? And Mario gave me that opportunity. And then when Malarkey's came up to be purchased, he brought me along. So very rarely do you get to accomplish your wildest dreams, and he made mine come true. So I'm always indebted to him, and I appreciate it, everything he's done for me and the community.
Mario, congratulations on Business Person of the Year. You deserve it. You know, all the hard work you've put into this community over the years, it's really impressive, and you never cease to amaze me with everything you do. So congratulations.
Congratulations, Mario, on being Newport Beach Business Person of the Year.
Mario, congratulations on winning this award, Business Person of the Year. I can't think of anybody that deserves it more than you. You truly are a good person. You run great businesses here in town. You make the city help function better. You make the community help function better. And quite frankly, you make the public safety entities, which I'm in charge of, function better as a result of your philanthropy and your givingness. And really appreciate it. Just want to thank you again and congratulate you on this award.
Mario, I want to congratulate you as being the Business Person of the Year. There's not a better choice for 2022.
Congratulations, Mario. I'm very proud of you, and it's well deserved. And maybe it took too long for you to get your recognition.
Person of the Year, Mario Moravec. Mario, come on up. And at the same time, if we could have Chris Delfs, Chairman of the Chamber of Commerce, come up to award the pin. And Lisa Bartlett. I believe Lisa has something as well. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Lisa. Mario, the dais is yours. And I'm timing it.
Thank you, Rob. Thanks again. Thank you for those kind words. This truly is an honor. I offer my sincere thanks to Steve Rosansky and the Chamber for hosting tonight, and to our many customers that make this all worthwhile, especially our hardworking staffs in planning, police, and fire. You're all heroes. Most especially, I want to thank my team. None of this is possible without my partner in life, Ashley, a true hero. We've been married for approximately 15 years, and she's a warrior for what is right in all situations. You're a true angel in my life. Ashley and I are raising our two daughters, Grace and Kate. Grace and Kate motivate me every day to want to continue to work hard and make a positive impact in the community. I'd like to take just a couple of minutes to talk about two people whose presence on this earth are quite literally why I'm here. My father, Peter, and my mother, Rosie. Peter was raised by Catholic priests. He was orphaned at a young age. He had minimal formal education. He was raised in communist Yugoslavia, now Croatia. His was a hard life. He lived by both the Word of God and also a godless state. He was mandated to join the army at a very young age, and he witnessed the horrors of a communist dictatorship firsthand. At 19 years of age, Peter went AWOL. He walked for days and hopped trains until he ended up in Paris. He left with nothing but his entrepreneurial spirit, his strong work ethic, and his zest for life. And as it turns out, sometimes that's all you need. I want to thank my father for being a great mentor and a role model for me every day. My mother, Rosie. She's my father's one-person support team. Rosie was a very hands-on business owner. She did everything from cooking in the kitchen to managing the finances of our family business. She and my father remain partners to this day. My business partners, Andrew Gabriel and Brent Rannick, deserve my utmost thank you. Both are second-generation Newport Beach residents with a strong passion and commitment to the community of Newport Beach. Brent is a retired lifeguard captain that has dedicated his life to helping others and being a role model and a mentor to future leaders. When Andrew and I first started working together, we agreed our company objective was going to be to invest in projects and create concepts that have a positive impact on the next generation. Without Andrew's creativity and passion, we would not have been able to achieve everything we have today. So I thank Andrew. When I received the nomination for Chamber for this honor, I was humbled. I thought to myself, first off, do I deserve this? Have I done enough service for my community? Have I been a good role model for other people in the hospitality industry? And as I pondered this for a few minutes, I concluded, heck yeah, I deserve this. Anyone that could survive operating in the hospitality industry in California during COVID deserves this honor. I do not deserve it any more than any of the other entrepreneurs in the audience tonight, because entrepreneurs are resilient. Entrepreneurs are put to the test almost every single day during normal economic times. But I cannot tell you how difficult and challenging the past 2 years have been, how businesses have adjusted to market conditions with patios, masks, safety protocol, QRC codes, and political divisiveness. On March 17, 2020, we had 11 restaurant concepts and 700 employees. On March 18th, one day later, we had to furlough 650 employees and close down 9 of our concepts. You flash forward a little bit over 2 years, we now have 14 restaurant concepts and over 1,000 employees in Orange County. It is our company's culture that gave us the strength to not only survive during the toughest economic times in history, but also grow. Building the culture within the organization that sets the company's vision takes place before any sales or marketing take place. We have some of the best employee retention in the industry. We have customers that have been regulars for over 50 years that now patron our establishments with their grandchildren. It is my personal, family, and business goal to always continue to improve the quality of life and culture of this great city. On behalf of all of the business owners and community leaders that share the same passion for Newport Beach, I accept this award for all of us. Thank you.
Well done. Thank you. Thank you. Very well done. I think we got the right guy. Well, we're on to now the Citizen of the Year for 2022. And for those of you that might not know, the Citizen of the Year is actually chosen at a luncheon once a year by all of the former living Citizens of the Year, past citizens. I did notice that my name was at the bottom of the list this time. So, but keeping your asterisk off of the list is the most important thing you have at this point in time. Yes. But the criteria for that award is, one, something is not given just for one thing, but continued giving with a continued effort with long-term continued commitment to the community. And the second one is someone that says, sure, I'll help. What do you need to have done? And then goes off and does it. And the third one is, I think, in the importance, is that for someone to say Newport Beach is my home, it's my life, it's my future, its future is same as mine, and I'm here to do whatever I can do to make it better. This year's Citizens of the Year started their life in Newport Beach on April 24, 1963, when they were born at Hoag Hospital. Now, a member of the historic Beek family, one might think that if you were born at Hogue, that you would live there from that point on. But that's wrong. His life led to geographically living in Newport Beach for a while, then in Mexico City, and then in La Jolla, if you're not from the area, La Jolla, back to Newport, alternating while in high school between Corona del Mar and Newport Harbor High every year. And those of you that are in the school system understand why that alternating has to take place. He defined it as lively behavior. And then to Arizona, joining a punk rock band, the Rayons, where he then graduated from high school, then back to Orange County, attending Orange Coast College, go Pirates, where he got his AA degree, then off to Durango, Colorado, where he earned his Bachelor's of Arts in English and Communications, then back to La Jolla, or La Jolla, or whatever, and eventually found Newport Beach is where he decided he wanted to stay. Now, during all of that worldwide moving, he picked up some interesting jobs. He worked for the Penny Saver as a salesperson. He ran a restaurant, Gustafa Anders, in La Jolla. He ran Gustafa Anders in South Coast Plaza Village, where he was the manager. And then he worked for Home Depot, where he specialized in lawn and garden products. But the coast kept calling. He and his father, Seymour, enjoyed a family boat, Vamos, 58 feet of joy, pleasure, and expense. The two of them started the Newport Beach Ensenada race, Newport Beach to Ensenada, and for many years served as the official start boat. And today it is the largest boat race in the world, according to some unknown source. Beek family, as you know, owns the Balboa Island Marine Fuel Dock, and Seymour one day, Dave's father, asked Dave to take charge. Dave loved the thought of the challenge, used his selling, merchandising, and customer service skills and took the operations from what was a break-even then, turning it into a family asset of great value. Today, Island Marine Fuel is known as the friendliest, most customer-centered fuel dock on the West Coast, as determined by some unknown source. For 22 years, Dave has enjoyed his success on the harbor. While living and working full-time in Newport Beach, he also began his positive involvement for the community. With his people skill set, endless energy, and love of boats and the ocean, he joined the Balboa Yacht Club. He took on the volunteer jobs of port captain, membership chair, rear commodore, vice commodore, and eventually commodore. Dave became very active in the Chamber of Commerce, chairing the Marine Committee, serving on the board of directors, joining the Chamber's Commodores Group, serving as skipper of the Commodores Group, and for 14 years chaired or co-chaired the annual Christmas Boat Parade, probably the most important event next to police and fire celebration that the Commodores put on. John, I hope that helps with any ticket I might get. He is currently president-elect of the Balboa Island Museum of Newport Beach, co-chairman of the Flight of Newport, which was originally the Flight of the Lasers, and he's done that for the past 14 years. And this year, he's been named as the Boy Scouts of America Good Ski Scout of the Year. Dave, with his lovely wife Barbara, are carrying on the Beek family's positive community involvement. They represent our city's oldest family, and in addition to Island Marine Fuel, the Balboa Island Ferry being our oldest business. We live in a very unique area where the 8-lane freeway ends on a 3-car ferry, according to some unknown source. So let's have a look at some individuals that want to congratulate Dave for him being named our 2022 Citizen of the Year.
I've known David 30 years. And the way that I know him is because Seymour Beek is my next door neighbor. And so David was there when I moved in, and obviously on the island often, and I got to know him and become a good friend.
Gosh, I've known David for, I want to say almost 20 years. I can't really remember when I remember when I first met him, but I don't know exactly when that was.
Well, since about 5 minutes after he was born.
David and I met when we were on the board of directors of the Chamber of Commerce, and then after that we were on the executive committee of the Commodores Club, and probably for the last 15 years we've been shoulder to shoulder helping promote the Christmas Boat Parade.
Well, that's the way we met. I thought, what an ugly kid.
I've known David Beek since the early 1980s when I think he was in a punk band. I definitely remember that he had orange hair and wore combat boots to go sailing.
It's hard to imagine somebody better qualified to be Citizen of the Year than Dave. He's one of those people who the length of his commitment, the depth of his commitment to some of our city's biggest events is probably unparalleled. With the Christmas Boat Parade, the Chamber of Commerce, the Commodores Club, Balboa Yacht Club. If it's related to the harbor, the nautical and marine community, David's part of it, and he just brings success and joy to everything he touches.
Well, I think he's a great choice because he has been so active in so many things around town over the last few years. You know, Chamber of Commerce stuff, Christmas Boat Parade, Visit Newport, Balboa Island Museum, and I'm probably forgetting quite a few things, but he's been really, really active and done a lot for the community.
He's a rock. You know, David is a rock. He stands up for what he believes in, and he's committed. When he commits to doing something, he sees it through. He's a rock.
David Beek is an excellent choice for Citizen of the Year. He's contributed so much to our community. He is so involved, so enthusiastic, and so supportive of everything that brings this community forward.
When you think of Newport Beach's single biggest event, the Christmas Boat Parade, Dave's contribution to our postcard to the world could hardly be underestimated. It's bigger, it's better organized because Dave has been putting his time, his talent, and his treasure into it for probably 25 years now.
Probably my best memories of David are watching him with his daughter Riley on the beach when she was a little blonde, and actually a friend of my little one, a granddaughter at the time, and watching them play on the beach. And so those are my fondest memories of him being a proud father, and now recently she's a bride.
After David got out of high school, he sort of floundered around for a couple of years and didn't have any serious employment. And then one day he came to me and he said, you know, Dad, if I started going to college, could you help me out financially? It took me about 3 milliseconds to answer that one.
Oh, God, you know, like I said, I love David. He's my brother. He is my brother by a different mother. We've been on several committees together, as you know, the Boat Parade Committee. And he lets me get my way, which is lovely. He's a lovely man. And I wish Seymour would have adopted me, but he didn't. Oh, this is about David.
David is definitely a leader. Leaders are born. And David was blessed with a father as his role model, Seymour Beek, who was involved in so many organizations, and David has definitely followed in his footsteps.
Well, I think he's a good leader. He's done a good job of organizing things. He was Commodore of the Balboa Yacht Club, which is definitely a leadership position, and he does a good job running our fuel dock and taking care of the employees. So I think he's a great leader.
When you think about Dave as a community leader, which he has been for a long time, Dave's an instinctive leader. He's not someone who's bound by an agenda. Everybody knows he loves our town. He's been deeply committed to it, and he's such a decent guy. Dave is one of those people, as soon as he signs up, everybody else wants to join in and help. He's like the Pied Piper of volunteers because everybody just loves to be around him.
He's a great leader because he includes everyone. He makes everyone feel like they're a part of his, whatever it is that he's doing, his group, his event.
David Beek is a bold and decisive leader, characteristics that I appreciate more than all. Doesn't matter whether he's wrong or right, at least he takes a step. And even in those rare instances where he's wrong, he recognizes quickly and is able to change direction and head towards progress.
Well, I just think it's really nice, and I feel honored that I was the Citizen of the Year at one time. And of course, my parents were pioneers around here, and they did a lot for the community. The community was a lot smaller in those days, so their impact was more noticeable. It's a bigger place now, but David's definitely made an impact.
Congratulations, David. You so deserve this honor, and I feel privileged to count you among my dearest friends. And enjoy your time, enjoy your evening, enjoy this honor forever. Just bask in the glory. You deserve it.
Brother Dave, congratulations on Citizen of the Year. We could hardly have somebody more qualified. You deserve every bit of it. God bless you, Dave. Congratulations.
Yeah, I congratulate David. I think it's great.
Congratulations, David, for being Citizen of the Year in 2022. And I couldn't have a better board member and or friend.
To David Beek, congratulations on being the 2022 Newport Beach Citizen of the Year. Congratulations.
Good.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage our 2022 Citizen of the Year, Mr. David Beek. And Walt Howell, if you could join us, and Lisa once again.
You know, everybody in this room, I think, loves Newport Beach. But when you really think back, there may be 5 or 10 families that have really started and made Newport Beach what we all enjoy today. And I am so proud to have the opportunity to congratulate David and his family. And if Seymour could come up and do the pinning.
Thanks, Walt. You're not pinning me? Seymour can see you very happy.
Here's the pin.
I think I better put my glasses on for
You
this.
can just drive it straight in if you want to.
No blood will come out.
Here's the backing if you want to get serious
Take one of
about
these
it.
off and throw it away, and I'll put this. No, we'll just stick it there.
Ouch!
I think I got it upside down. Whoops. Yeah, I'm getting close.
Can we rerun the video again while we're...
There. We got it. Congratulations,
All
buddy.
right.
Let's see, get a picture. Right behind you.
Wow.
All right. And Lisa has something for you as well.
Certificate of recognition. So thank you for all you've done.
That's
Really
fantastic.
appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Put these things down. I'll put it down for you.
All right.
Am I up?
You're up.
Okay, so please make yourselves comfortable. This should only take about 2.5, maybe 3 hours, so fill your wine glasses. We'll get you out of here by midnight. So many friendly and familiar faces in the crowd tonight. This is fantastic. So, first of all, thank you for all attending this evening and spending your Friday night this week for this great tradition. I am extremely honored, and as Mario said, humbled by this great honor. I would quickly like to take this opportunity to honor Mario, Business Person of the Year. So well deserved, buddy. Congratulations. Did you all know that Mario now owns and operates every single restaurant in Orange County? Probably didn't know that. Just kidding. What you've done around here is just kicked it out of the park, Mario. Great job. So when I was first notified that I had been chosen for this, I almost fell out of my chair. And many of you in this room were at that breakfast. You know what my reaction was. It was like getting hit by a train. It was so surreal. And it remains so surreal this evening as I stand here. Having both of my grandparents, my father's parents, and my father also receiving this special recognition means very much to me, as you may imagine. So while we're on the subject of family, I would just like to quickly introduce the members of my family that are at the beak table tonight. I'll make this quick. My beautiful and wonderful newly married daughter, Riley, and her fantastic husband, Blake. My big brother, Tom, and my favorite nephew, AJ, traveled all the way down from Seattle this evening, just for this evening. Love you, Tom. Thank you. My awesome newly engaged sister, Cynthia, and her fiance, Mark, who's going to make a wonderful addition to this family, and definitely makes a wonderful addition to that table. And of course, my beautiful and extremely supporting wife, Barbara. As Mario knows, as many of you know, you can't do this without a supporting spouse. That's for sure. So I am 59 years old. How very fortunate am I this evening to have both of my parents, my beautiful mother Jean, my handsome father Seymour, here this evening, both sitting very comfortably at the family table this evening. They obviously did something right, and I'm sure they are both as surprised as I am. They did manage to get through those pesky teenage years, and good for them. See, here I am, you guys. So receiving Citizen of the Year means there may only be one. But we all know in this room, you are all citizens of the year. They can only pick one, but that individual gets up here because he or she is surrounded by great teams and great committees. And all our goals are to make Newport Beach one of the greatest small towns in the world and one of the best towns in the world to live and to visit. And I would also like to recognize the amazing folks at the Newport Beach Chamber and Visit Newport Beach. Amazing staffs at both those organizations and leaders. Gary, where's Gare? There he is over there. Steve. Jeff Parker, I mean, way too many names to name, but they make this volunteering stuff so seamless. They really are the pillar that supports the volunteers. Also, thank you to Balboa Yacht Club and the Commodores Club, the Newport Beach Chamber of Commerce. Both those organizations really catapulted me into the world of volunteerism, and really wouldn't be here without those groups. If it was possible, I would have you all come up on stage and accept this as the Citizens of the Year award.
I don't think the fire chief would like that. I don't think the staff would like that, but it's a great mental picture to have you all up on stage holding that thing above our heads for a photograph. So you really, it's a total group effort, and many of you, if not all of you, are involved. So on behalf of you, I gladly accept this honor. Thank you. Now go have another cocktail or glass of wine, and we'll keep the party going. I cut mine short. You did
Well, that begins the evening. We have breakfast planned in about an hour. Yeah. So at this point, I'm going to turn it back over to Steve. That's my benefit and your liability.
Good job, buddy. Thank you. How about a big round of applause for Rush Hill? He makes everybody look good, and maybe a little bad too. Thank you, thank you. So that concludes our evening's festivities. Please join us if you can in December for the Chamber's Mayor's Reception at the Back Bay Bistro, where we'll welcome our newly appointed mayor and mayor pro tem, as well as 4 newly elected council persons. And of course, mark your calendars for December 14th to the 18th, where we'll be shining the lights brightly in the harbor for the 114th Newport Beach Christmas Boat Parade and Ring of Lights, which actually was started by the Beak family 114 years ago. So thank you, Beak family. And don't forget to support our members and our sponsors this evening. Good night and safe travels to all of you. Thank you.